There is something undeniably exciting about the idea of becoming a millionaire. For most people, it feels like an unreachable goal reserved only for lottery winners, entrepreneurs with million-dollar ideas, or those born into wealth. But what if the path to millionaire status is not as distant or complicated as it seems? What if it is possible to reach that milestone by starting with something as small and seemingly insignificant as $5 a day? That may sound like a wild claim, but when we explore the power of time, consistency, and compounding interest, the picture begins to change. Let us begin with one of the most powerful yet misunderstood concepts in personal finance: compound interest. This is not just a mathematical phenomenon, it is a financial force of nature. When you invest money, it earns interest. When you leave that interest in the account, it also begins to earn interest. Over time, this creates a snowball effect where your money grows faster and faster, not because you are adding more, but because your earnings are earning more. This is the same principle that allows banks to build massive fortunes, and the same principle that can turn your $5 a day into something much more significant. Imagine this: if you begin investing just $5 each day into a diversified index fund that averages a 10% annual return, a rate similar to the long-term average of the S&P 500, you would be investing about $150 a month, or $825 a year. That might not sound like much, but over the course of 40 years, this small daily habit could grow to more than $1 million. That is not magic, that is math. And it only works if you begin now. There is a reason why starting early is so critical. Time is the multiplier that makes compound interest powerful. The longer your money stays invested, the more opportunities it has to grow. Most people waste their 20s thinking that investing is something to be taken seriously only when they are older. But the truth is, the earlier you start, even with very little, the more financial power you gain over time. It is not about how much you invest, but how long you stay invested. This is where the concept of financial discipline begins to matter. Building wealth with $5 a day is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It requires patience, consistency, and the courage to stick with it through the ups and downs of the market. You must decide that your future is more important than your temporary desires. That coffee you buy every morning or that quick snack you pick up each afternoon could be redirected into an investment that pays you back for life. It is not about deprivation, it is about delayed gratification. Another crucial part of this journey is automation. Most people fail to build wealth, not because they do not know what to do, but because they rely on willpower. Willpower fades. Life gets in the way. But when you automate your investments, by setting up a recurring transfer into a savings or investment account, you remove the emotional decision-making from the process. You turn wealth building into a habit, not a hope. And what about inflation? Some people fear that their money will lose value over time. That is a valid concern. But investing in assets that grow faster than inflation, like stocks, real estate, or even some mutual funds, helps preserve and grow your money in real terms. $5 saved under your mattress might be worth less in 10 years, but $5 invested wisely can multiply many times over. The key is knowing where to put your money so that it grows rather than shrinks. Let us talk numbers again, but with a twist. Suppose you increase your daily investment over time. Instead of $5, maybe you grow it to 10 or 15 as your income rises. That is the beauty of starting small. You build the habit first, and then you scale it. If you eventually reach $10 a day, you are putting away $3, $6, and $50 a year. With a 10% return in 35 years, that could become nearly $1 million as well. So, the timeline shortens and your future becomes more secure. You might be wondering, how do I actually start? What steps do I take today to begin this journey? First, open a brokerage account or use a micro-investing platform that allows you to invest small amounts. Look for low-fee index funds or ETFs that track the market. Set up automatic transfers from your checking account into this investment account. And most importantly, commit to never skipping a day. If you do miss a day, make it up the next day. Keep the momentum going. The other side of this strategy is education. To truly become a millionaire, you must think like one. Read books about investing. Follow financial thought leaders. Surround yourself with people who value long-term thinking over instant gratification. Understand that wealth is not just about money. It is about mindset. The belief that your small actions today can create massive results tomorrow is what separates those who succeed from those who settle. It is also important to understand opportunity cost. Every dollar you spend today is a dollar you are not investing. But it is more than that. It is future dollars you are giving up. That $5 fast food meal might cost you $500 in lost compound growth over the decades. When you begin thinking in those terms, your spending decisions become sharper, more intentional. You start to see every dollar as a soldier working for your future. There is no shortage of distractions in this world. Social media, advertisements, peer pressure, all of these things are designed to make you spend now rather than save for later. But you have to rise above the noise. You have to stay focused on the long game. When others are worried about their next purchase, you are building the foundation of your financial future. And that difference is what sets apart millionaires from the masses. Let us talk about the mental side of this strategy. Investing $5 a day also rewires how you think about money. It teaches you discipline, helps you understand risk and reward, and builds a long-term mindset. These qualities do not just make you richer financially, they make you richer emotionally and mentally. You develop confidence, resilience, and patience. These are millionaire traits, and they are developed one day, one habit, and $1 at a time. Now imagine yourself 15 years from now. You are in your 40s or 50s. Your investments are growing. You are no longer worried about emergencies or unexpected expenses. You have peace of mind, options, and freedom. And it all began with $5 a day. In the future, you will be grateful that you started, even when it felt insignificant. Because what seems small today becomes mighty tomorrow. And here is the truth: no one tells you building wealth is boring. It is not flashy. It is not dramatic. It is a slow, steady process of making wise decisions, staying the course, and letting time do the heavy lifting. But that is why it works. Because most people will not stick with it. They will give up. They will look for shortcuts. But you will stay. And in doing so, you will win. Some days will be hard. The market will crash. You will feel like quitting. But that is when you must hold the line. The market always recovers, and those who stay invested during tough times are the ones who benefit the most when things bounce back. History shows this time and time again. Patience is not just a virtue, it is a wealth-building strategy. If you can combine this habit with other financial behaviors, like avoiding debt, living below your means, and increasing your income, you will accelerate your journey even faster. But even if nothing else changes, $5 a day can still take you where you want to go. Because the key is not the amount, it is the action, the habit, the mindset. Once you lock that in, everything else becomes easier. Your goal should not be to get rich quickly. Your goal should be to become the kind of person who builds wealth sustainably. That is a skill no one can take from you. And once you master it, you can pass it on to your children, your community. You can become the example of what is possible, even when starting small. Now think about how powerful that really is. You do not need a six-figure salary, a business degree, or a lucky break. You need $5, a plan, and the courage to begin. That is what levels the playing field. That is what makes financial freedom accessible. Not easy, but possible, for anyone, including you. If this message has sparked something in you, then do not let the momentum fade. Begin today, not tomorrow, not next week. Today, set up your account, automate your investment, and commit to the process. Because the only thing standing between you and millionaire status is consistent action over time. And once you have taken that step, the next thing to do is to watch the video on how to invest your first $100 wisely. It will show you exactly how to choose the right tools and avoid beginner mistakes. The journey has just begun, and your future self is already thanking you.